So let us try to understand what exactly is the syllabus. What are the objective of the syllabus, sir? To make students understand basic concepts, theories and principles of accounting. That is the basic object of learning financial accounting. Students must be aware about the concepts, theories and principles of accounting. That has been majority of the point has been covered in your 11th, 12th section. It is just many of the topics will be repetition for you to make students aware about accounting systems followed in different types of organization, how they are followed in proprietary pattern of business or organization, how the accounts are prepared at partnership firms, how the accounts are prepared at company level. So at different types of business, what are the treatment of accounting system? Just an awareness point of view, this subject is taught to you. Now, overall, there are 4 units of our syllabus, but let us try to understand different units and its weightage. Unit 1 deals with theoretical framework, in which this section is totally a theory section and its weight 20%. Accounting as an information system, the users of financial accounting information. Who are the users? We will try to understand that the users of financial accounting information and their needs. What are the needs of the users? Qualitative characteristics, functions, advantages and limitations of accounting information system. What exactly is the concept of information system? That is, the base is information system, and based on information system, these are its various components, like the users. Who are the users of financial accounting information and their needs, qualitative characteristics, functions, advantages and limitations of accounting information system. Then a branch of various branches of accounting, like I told you that there is a cost accounting, corporate accounting, management accounting, financial accounting. That are the branches, various branches of accounting. And what are the basis of accounting? Normally it is cash basis or it may be accrual basis. So that is what is the theory section one part one. Part two is related with various concepts which you have learned, various principles which you have learned at your 11th, 12th, even some of the points from this section also. The nature of financial accounting principles. What exactly financial accounting principles, exactly what is the nature of that principles. Various concepts you are going to learn, concepts and conventions. Basically, you have learned entity at your HSC, money measurement, going concern concept, cost concept, realization concept, accruals, periodicity, consistency, prudence, that is conservatism, materiality, and full disclosure. So this is what is the theory section, and weightage is 20%. Then comes unit 2, which is a theory plus practical subject for you. Basically, long questions means practical problems, or we can say sums are asked. Long pattern of sums are asked from this chapter, and weightage is 25%. The name of the chapter is sale and conversion of a partnership firm to a limited company, which you have covered. That is also covered in your HSC. So you have a background. It's very relaxation situation for you because you have an idea which type of various accounts are required to be prepared in sale or conversion of partnership firm to a limited company. Like we are supposed to prepare a realization account and also partners capital account and various other accounts depending on the information given in the sum, like bank account, individual partners capital account. So depending on the information given in the sum, and the new company's account. So all that stuff you are supposed to follow, including journal entries related with partnership firm and limited company, as and when it is converted from firm to a company. So journal entries plus various accounts you are supposed to prepare. Normally, basically, they ask you to prepare accounts normally in this particular chapter. So you can score 14 out of 14. Then the third chapter is the most biggest chapter or lengthiest chapter, as it is the structure of the balance sheet as per Companies Act 2013. Your pattern of structure will not be welcomed by the examiner. You are supposed to follow Companies Act 2013 structure. From this chapter, theory plus practical sums are asked to you. Theory means it may be related with balance sheet, like what are the objectives of balance sheet, what are the limitations of balance sheet. That pattern of theory can be asked to you, or a particular concept can be asked to you from the syllabus, like tangible and intangible assets, what are that, current non-current liabilities and assets. So particular topic can be asked to you in a theory too. First, you are supposed to understand what exactly is the structure of balance sheet as per Companies Act 2013. That format should be memorized to you. Then only you can score good marks, or it will be a very difficult task for you. So you have to by heart, you have to memorize various components of vertical balance sheet as per Companies Act 2013. Currently, as per 2013, companies are following vertical type structure of balance sheet, and that is what we are going to learn, memorize, and crack 14 out of 14 from this chapter. That is weightage is 25%. Last is branch accounting, theory and practical. Branch accounting. So in this also, it is also very interesting chapter, concept of dependent branches. There may be dependent branches, there may be independent branches. The concept of dependent branches includes accounting aspects, debtors system, how the accounting treatment will be made based on a debtor system, then cost and debtor system, branch final account system, how it is prepared, and how the preparation of the accounts will be made on other basis, that is wholesale basis system. So different branches of a particular company, if they are there, how their accounting treatment is made. If there are more than one branches of a particular organization, how its accounting treatment will be made depending on the different system, different aspects, like debtor system, stock and debtor system, or it may be a branch final account system, or it may be wholesale basis system. So out of this four system, which pattern of system is followed? Depending on that, we will have its valuation. The weightage is 30%. And there is one practical aspect, but in this pandemic situation, it is difficult. So we will try to follow this also. Field work is there, or project work is there. A visit to a branch of departmental store to explore accounting system, followed to record transactions. If it is possible, we will have that also later on in the session. So out of this syllabus, practical problems shall not exceed for 70% of total weightage. So out of 50 marks paper, 35 marks paper will be based on practical problems, and remaining 15% and 15 marks paper will be 30%, that is 15 marks paper will be of theory section. Your external university exam paper is 50 marks. So out of 50 marks, 70% is 35 marks. That 35 marks sums will be asked to you, and remaining 50 marks means 30% weightage. 15 marks will be theory section. So sums plus theory, 35 marks sums will be asked to you in the finals, and 15% will be theory section. Same way internal exam will also be taken. These are the suggested readings, means that these are the reference books that you can purchase from any bookstore if you want. Gupta and Radha Swami, they have written books. These are reference books. You may get one chapter from one book. So you have to check first whether these chapters are available exactly as per the new syllabus. Say for example, Gupta and Radha Swami, you can get one chapter like conversion of firm into company. Then it may be in Ahuja, Girish and Ashok. You may be getting the other chapter like structure of balance sheet. So you have to check it, that in which reference book majority of the chapters are available, and it will be very, very helpful for me to purchase this particular book. So you can follow this, and from this any of the books as a